The following special presentation is live from Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon on this second day of July 2023 with you for a Sunday night doubleheader special as we've hit Labor Day and an Action PC 2001 in Action PC Season Odyssey. And so we are off live streaming all next week. I gotta do videos tomorrow before the wife and I start to celebrate her birthday and Independence Day and all that. So tomorrow is kind of a work day for me. But when we get back together again a week from Tuesday night, so July 11th, we'll be down to the last 3 weeks of the season. This is game 137 for the Phils and 138 for the Mets. So teams have 22, 23, 24 games left. Remember, we lose a week because of the events of September 11th. So although the season ends in October, the first full week of October, we are down to the last 3 weeks of the season. So we finish up our pre-vacation schedule with tonight's doubleheader. We changed the day game. It was supposed to be San Francisco and Colorado. Instead, it's the Mets and the Phillies. The Phillies trying to stay in touch with Florida and that National League East race. And then the second half of our doubleheader is a very good matchup, another between the Cleveland Indians and Chicago White Sox. The Indians won in 10 innings in their Sunday game, the one that you didn't see, and that margin is now 5.5. Cleveland has made that a race. They have also made up 4 games in the last week in the AL Central. So NL East and AL Central, and then as kind of catch as catch can, we're getting right down to it. The playoffs should begin the first week of August. And there's a cat who wants to know why I just woke her up. That's it for you. Mets and the Phils, next Labor Day baseball right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001 in Action PC Season Odyssey Labor Day doubleheader. First, from the Vet in Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets, followed by the Cleveland Indians and Chicago White Sox. And today's doubleheader is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so it'll be Randy Wolf getting the call today. Steeler fan, how are you? D. Scott Howard, hopefully your goat sitting or pet sitting has gone rather well. Commando Solo, yep, 2 hours of baseball on a Sunday night. So Randy Wolf gets the call for the Phils, who are 70 and 66. I hit you already. There we go. Making his 20th start of the year. The lefty is 9 and 5. That's a Dolly Parton record. It is also a Dolly Parton record. With an earned run average of .399, Randy is 24 years old. I believe we are being watched at Lumen Field as we speak. So enjoy the Sounders. Randy's 24 years old, throws the fastball at 92 and is a standard pitcher. He last pitched. He's got 5 more starts after this. This is start number 20. Oh, thank you. I will pass along birthday wishes to the missus, and thank you so much, and thanks for always, always, always being a great friend of the channel. We brought you up last night. Before you go, I'll take a soda. Dr. Pepper or Cherry Coke. Thank you. Wolf last pitched on August 1st, so he hasn't plenty of rest, like 33 days. In a 12-8 win over the Rockies, he went 5 1/3 through 106 pitches, 11 hits, 8 runs, all earned. That's Christmas tree or a Roman candle, I suppose, for the right holiday. Home run allowed. He walked 3 and struck out 4. So before his injury, 126 1/3, 110 hits, 57 runs, 56 earned. He's given up 10 homers, 37 walks, and 126 strikeouts. You watched 190 late last night. Yep. That was supposed to be the show we did last weekend before Dave got his computer. And hopefully he didn't completely crash and burn Rory McIlroy in the stream a few minutes ago. Lineup for the Mets. Matt Lawton is in right field leading off. Edgardo Alfonzo at second will bat second. Mike Piazza, the catcher behind the plate, goes third. Shinjo in left field, as the cat steps on my leg, cleans up. Todd Zeile at first, batting fifth. Jay Payton in center goes sixth. Todd McEwing playing third, batting seventh. Cat Claw's hurt, you know that? Ray Ordonez at short, batting eighth, and I believe that's Bruce Chen on the mound for the Mets going ninth. He should go 105 pitches. Defensively for the Phils, Pat Burrell a 4 and an 8 in left. Doug Glanville a 7 and a 5 in center. Hunter a 2 and a 5 in right. Be interesting to see how long the Phillies play their regulars. They have 37 on the active roster for this one. Scott Rowland is a 10 at third. Jimmy Rollins a 5 at short. Marlon Anderson a 6 at second. Jordan a 2 at first. Estrada a 5 and a 4 behind the plate, and Wolf is a 7 on the mound, a .958 fielding percentage, and should throw about 115 pitches. Outside of Chen, Lawton, the only other lefty in the lineup for the Mets, at .250, a homer and 11 RBI. Wolf winds and deals, and he returns to the mound and immediately hits Matt Lawton. Not what you want to do to come back. Here's Alfonso Edgardo at .235, 11 homers and 49 RBI. Big Dave, how are you? 1-2 tonight. The resurgent Indians and White Sox are the nightcap. Ground ball right side, a base hit. So Lawton, what's he going to do? Is he going to hold at second? So first and second for the Mets and Mike Piazza, .274, 26 homers and 68 RBI. So Randy Wolf, a rainy day here in Philadelphia. 78 degrees, winds blowing out to right at 9. And Piazza draws the walk. If you were hoping for an easy Philly win, here's, I can never get this, Tsuyoshi Shinjo hitting .255, 10 homers and 30 RBI. Nobody out. Lawton on third, Alfonso on second, Piazza on first. Wolf in the frying pan, base hit left side. Lawton will score. Alfonso will round third and hold. And they're still loaded 1-0 Mets. And Randy Wolf, at least in this one, doesn't look like he's ready to come back. Here's Todd Zeile. Todd at .236, 10 homers and 49 RBI. And it gets away for ball 4. Alfonso scores. It's 2-0. So Wolf hasn't retired anybody. Thrown 25 pitches. Allowed 2 hits and 2 walks. And the Mets have a 2 spot up. Here's Jay Payton at .238, 5 homers and 33 RBI. So Piazza to third, Shinjo to second, Zeile on first. Wolf deals. Ground ball. They might get out here. Rollins. They will take 2. Anderson for 1. Jordan for 2. And finally, Wolf catches a break. About before Piazza scores to make it 3-0 Mets. So here's McEwing. Joe at .255, 8 homers and 27 RBI. John, how you doing? Braves for life. So 3-0 Mets. Top of the first, McEwing. Fly ball right field. That should be the damage. Hunter will grab it, and that will retire the side. But the Mets take advantage of Randy Wolf's lack of recent pitching and take him to the woodshed. 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. So before the Phillies can get their bats warm, old friend Bruce Chen warming up. It's 3-0 Mets. Happy holidays. Yesterday was Confederation Day or Canada Day. Today it's just a doubleheader on Retro Sports Network for Labor Day. Tomorrow's Fireworks Day here in Burlington, and Tuesday is, of course, the 4th of July and my wife's birthday, which is why I take the week for vacation. Bruce Chen is 24 years old, by the way. He is making his 6th start for the Mets. since coming over for the Phils. He has 5 left. Came over on July 28th, a curveball pitcher at 91 for the fastball, and a flyball plus pitcher. With the Mets, he's 2-0 with an earned run average of 3. He last pitched the 29th against these Phillies up at Shea. A 3-2 Mets win. 6 innings where Bruce didn't figure in the decision. 102 pitches, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a homer, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So the post-trade numbers for Bruce: 33 innings, 30 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 3 homers. He's walked 11 while striking out 30. Again, those are just his Mets numbers. Jimmy Rollins leads off for the Phils at short. Doug Glanville in center will bat second. Scott Rowland at third will bat third. Pat Burrell in left cleans up. Marlon Anderson at second will bat fifth. Hunter, and I can't think of his name, is in right. He'll go sixth. Jordan, who I never get right, is at first, batting seventh. Estrada behind the plate goes eighth, and Randy Wolf, who threw 38 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Mets, Shinjo in left, a 6 and an 8. Peyton a 5 and a 6 in center. Lawton a 5 and a 5 in right. McEwing a 4 at third. Ordonez an 8 at short. Alfonso, his best days at second are well gone. He's a 3, although his .987 fielding percentage is pretty good. Zeal a 6 at first. Piazza a 3 and a 1 behind the plate, and those aren't strat numbers. And Chen is a 7 on the mound with a .929 fielding percentage. Rollins at .262, 8 homers, 9 triples, and 48 RBI. Chen starts his effort with a chopper over the mound. Alfonso well on the turf, throws to first, and Rollins is retired. That'll bring up Doug Glanville at .269, always a 1 in strat, 16 homers, and 64 RBI. Fly ball, right center field. Peyton makes the catch, 2 out. There's a few one arms in Action PC. I believe when it's in the outfield, I call that the ramen noodle arm, because it really is the strength of a wet noodle at that point. Here's Scott Rowland, the Hall of Famer, at .303, 23 homers, and 111 RBI. And he draws the walk. So the Phils have a 2-out walk for Pat Burrell at .253, 17 homers, and 79 RBI. Chen deals. That gets away from Piazza, and Rowland can stroll to second on the pass ball. How you doing, Mike from the truck? So a full count to Burrell, 2 out here in the first. Ball 4. And so first and second now. So Chen has 2 2-out walks. That'll bring up Marlon Anderson. Marlon at .288, 3 homers, and 30 RBI. Phillies start Labor Day 4 games behind the Marlins for first in the National League East. They are ahead of Atlanta, who is in third. The Mets are in fourth. Anderson swings into right field. Lawton will make the catch, and that will retire the side. The 2 walks lead to nothing. No runs, no hits, no errors. Phils leave on 2 after 1. 3-0 Mets. So Randy Wolf, who was shell-shocked in the first, Dave rooting for the Mets. Ordonez at .261, a homer and 45 RBI. And the Red Hot Indians, don't forget the second half of our doubleheader. Wolf walks Ordonez. Oh, my goodness. Randy's not only pitching like he's not hungry like a wolf, but a wolf in sheep's clothing. Here's Chen. He's 0 for 10 with the Mets. Jordan and Rowland play for the bunt. Chen puts it down. Estrada goes to Rollins, and they get Ordonez for 1. And Jordan, how about that? They turn the double play on the bunt. The infamous 2-6-3 bunt double play. So 2 out. Randy Wolf's opening 9, 46 pitches. Ouch. An inning and 2/3. 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and 3 walks. Pitch to Lawton. Ground ball to Wolf. Third base side, well over there. That was Roland's ball, but Wolf throws him out. So the Mets, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here in Philadelphia. 3-0 Mets. So it's Brian Hunter. And as you can see, Brian was not even there for picture day. Brian's hitting .282, a home run, 2 doubles, and 10 RBI. Chen starts the second. Ground ball right side for a base hit. That's the first hit for the Phils. Hunter has good speed, and here's Kevin Jordan. Kevin at .252, a home run, and 13 RBI. Fly ball, left field. Shinjo will make the catch. Hunter retreats back. Shinjo makes a diving catch on the wet turf. Brings up Johnny Estrada. Johnny at .208, 9 homers, and 28 RBI. Hunter's going to go. Piazza's just going to hold the ball. And for Hunter, that's his 14th steal. It was, 2004, I think I was playing some Mets games in Strat. And Piazza's a first baseman at that point in his career. But he really was always just a DH. He's a 5 in Strat. You can't get any worse than that. So 1-ball count to Estrada, .208, 9 homers, and 28 RBI. Runner on second. Estrada swings, ground ball to Zeal. Todd takes it to the bag for the out, and Hunter moves on to third. For Randy Wolf with 2 out. Randy hitting .205, not bad for a pitcher, with an RBI. A single would make it a 3-1 ball game. Chen deals. Fly ball left field. Shinjo coming in, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Goes to the third here at the vet. Don't forget to have your cats and dogs spayed or neutered. 3-0 Mets. So Alfonso, Piazza, and Shinjo. Edgardo singled and scored his first time up. Little looper in the right field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Glanville will play it off several hops. And Alfonso has his 21st double of the year. So Randy Wolf is kind of pitching like Dick Wolf. And without a lot of law and order in the process. Here's Piazza. Mike walked and scored in the first. Base hit left field. Burrell picks it up. Alfonso around third and hold. So a double play. I think the Phillies would trade 2 for the price of 1 here. Here's Shinjo. He singled and drove home his 31st in the first. Base hit up the middle. So it's 4-0 Mets. Piazza moves on to third. See, aren't you glad I took this game instead of the Giants and the Rockies? Here's Todd Zeal. He walked home a run in the first. Randy and Estrada try to get on the same page. Into right. Hunter should make the catch. He does. Piazza will tag, and they're going to try for him. Hunter has an average arm. The play at the plate is going to be close. Nope, gets away from Estrada, and Shinjo moves all the way to third on the bad throw by Hunter. And this really is turning into a Morton Salt type effort for the Phillies because when it rains, it pours. Here's Payton. He grounded into a double play. There's still 1 out. And Payton hits this one up the middle. Rollins takes the shore out. So 2 out, nobody on, and now a 6-0 Met lead. And so Wolf pretty much now is in relief of himself. Who was it? I think it was Midlife Crisis who was talking about Randy Wolf being someone who didn't deliver. He has not delivered in this one. His ERA coming in was at 3.99. And right now, it's at 4.33. Pitch to McEwing. Chopper down to Jordan. Takes it to the bag, and that will retire the side finally. But Wolf won't get the chance to bat again, I'm sure. 3 runs on 3 hits in an error after 2.5, 6-0 Mets. So Dave and RJL are happy. Here's Jimmy Rollins, opening 9 for Chen, 38 pitches, 2 innings, a hit and 2 walks. Jimmy is 0 for 1. Base hit right center field. Lawton will grab it. Rollins is going to try for 2. The throw to Ordonez, and he's in there with the 16th double. Brings up Glanville, who's 0 for 1. Chopper to Alfonso, Rollins to third, throw to first, and Glanville is retired. So runner on third is Rollins. Here's Roland. Scott walked his first time up. Fly ball, left center field. Payton. That'll be deep enough to score Rollins, I'm sure. Jimmy tags and scores without a throw, and the Phillies are on the board 6-1. So Pat Burrell, who walked his first time up. 2 outs here, bottom of the third, 6-1 Mets. In the left center field, back goes Shinjo. That ball is well struck, but caught. So, Phillies get on the board. They get a hit, no errors. After 3, Mets 6, Phils 1. So Ordonez, Chen, and Lawton to face Wolf. Ray walked his first time up. Randy starts the 4th. Fly ball, center field. Glanville going back. 1 out. Wind howling out to center field now at 14. 80 degrees. It's a warm, wet day here in Philly. Here's Chen. Bunted into a double play his first time up. Gonna lace this one past Anderson for a single. And Glanville throws it back in. That's the 6th hit for the Mets. 80 pitches for Randy, his first 18 batters. 3 in the third. 6 hits. 6 runs. All earned. He's walked 3. Lawton is 0 for 1. He has scored. Chops this one to Anderson. They might get 2 here. Rollins for 1. And Lawton will reach as the throw to first is late. So the fielder's choice, 2 out for Alfonso. He has singled, doubled, and scored twice. And he draws the walk. So that brings up Piazza. Mike has singled, walked, and scored twice. Long drive, right field, gone! Above the football seats in right field. So the Mets, there we go. We got again, my camera moved. Got a blowout in the first game of a doubleheader, 9-1. Ugh! Don't know why that's moving around. That'll do it for Randy Wolf. He pitched yesterday. Great. Who have I got that can go? Dahl can't go. Duckworth can't go. Scoggin? He's going 2 days from now. Person went the day before. Oh, Miska Muska Musketeer. Well, Chris Brock is first out of the chute. Brock is 0-2, 31 years old. ERA is 6.75. Aren't you glad I waited till Sunday night to do this? Fastball at 91 and an extreme fly ball pitcher, making his 28th appearance on the year. Last pitched 5 days ago up at Shea in a 7-5 win. Did not figure in the decision. He went 1 inning, allowed a walk and threw 17 pitches. Overall, 24 innings, 23 hits, 21 runs, 18 of those are earned, 7 homers, 14 walks, and 18 strikeouts. So the Phils' pennant chances, they thought would be boosted by the return of Randy Wolf. And Randy can't even make it out of the 4th. Shinjo's 2 for 2, and he draws a walk. Todd Zeal has walked and driven in 2. I think the Phillies are ready to go on a vacation for a week. Pitch to Zeal. Line drive to Rollins, and that will end the inning. But the Mets get 3 more on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th in the first of our 2 games. They got to sit through this one first. It's the Mets 9, the Phillies 1. So let's go through the standings. We were going to do San Francisco and Colorado. But San Francisco seems to be decent control in the West. Florida by 3 over the Phils, 4 over Atlanta. The Mets are 10.5 out. In the Central, the Astros are 11 up on Chicago. In the West, San Francisco 4 up on the D-backs, 8 on the Rockies, and 9 on the Dodgers. In the East, Yankees lead the Red Sox by 3. In the Central, the second game of our doubleheader, Cleveland won the Sunday game, so that lead is now 5.5. So Cleveland has nearly cut the White Sox lead in half. It was 9.5 about a week ago, and Seattle, even at 90-46, is still only 3 games up on Oakland. Marlon Anderson's 0 for 1. And that's a ground ball foul, first base side. Count is 2-2. Chen deals. And Anderson strikes out. He swung on and missed a 2-2 fastball. Here's Hunter. Brian singled and stole his 14th base. His first time up. Fly ball right field. Lawton in the corner. And that ball will be caught by someone in Camden. As it's an 0-2 count. Chen's pitch. Struck him out. So 2 out for Kevin Jordan, who was 0 for 1. Pitch to Kevin. Struck him out. So Chen, trade B, why don't you? Okay, after 4, it's still 9-1 Mets. So Payton, McEwing, and Ordonez. Brock due to bat second in the 5th. Should get all the 5th. Payton, 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and drove in a run. But not on the same play. Line drive left center field. Glanville throws it in, but Payton's in the second with his 14th double. So Joe McEwing, who's 0 for 2. So for those of you who are being brave to watch this calamity of a baseball game, what are you guys doing for the holiday? Pitch to McEwing. Joe, line drive to Rollins, and they're going to double off Payton. Anderson ran back to the bag, and Payton kind of got a bit lax and was thrown out. So 2 out on the 6-4 double play for Ordonez, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. Brock's pitch. Ordonez pops it up. Third base side, rolling. And somebody from Wilmington, Delaware made that catch. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Ordonez. Pitch to Ray. Ground ball to Anderson. Marlin throws it to Jordan, and that will retire the side. Halfway home, game one of a holiday doubleheader. It's a rainy day here in Burlington, 70 degrees. It's 9-1 Mets. Well, if you joined us late, Bob Murphy would call this a happy recap. Let's see if it's a happy recap after the ball game. Mets got 3 in the first, 7 batters to the plate, 3 runs, 2 hits, and 2 walks. Shinjo an RBI single to score Matt Lawton. Todd Zeals walked homer run to score Alfonso, and then Jay Payton with a fielder's choice, making it 3-0 New York. They made it 6-0 in the third. Shinjo singled home Alfonso to make it 4-0. Todd Zeal a sac fly to make it 5-0. Then Jay Payton, second verse, same as the first. Ground ball, fielder's choice to make it 6-0. Phillies got 1 back on a Scott Rowland sac fly in the third. Then Mike Piazza cracked this one open like a firecracker, a 3-run shot in the fourth to make it 9-1. Here's some news about Pro Strategy Football 2024. Inputting rookie toggle if a rookie on players for Pro Strategy Football. Next year, this year's version of the game will have Rookie of the Year. We'll have a Rookie of the Year award. And speaking of Labor Day, the game should be out right around then, like it always is. Bruce Chen has allowed 2 hits through 4. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Randy Wolf comes off the DL and has a line. Well, he could have snorted a line and probably done better. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 9 runs, all earned. Macy's has hired him to be the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center this fall. A home run allowed and walked 4. That's horrible. His ERA jumped up half a run in that one game. Half a run. Johnny Estrada leads off the bottom of the 5th. He's 0 for 1. Chen starts the frame. A line drive past Alfonso into shallow center for Payton. And that's a leadoff single. So Chris Brock is not going to hit. Who can hit a lefty? And Tomas Perez will get the call. Perez as a pinch hitter, 278, a homer and 3 RBI. Hitting .330, 3 homers and 25 RBI. By the way, big sale, of course, over at Dave Cook Sports, makers of Action PC. A sidewalk sale. I think Dave picked up the golf game. Steam sales going on. You can get OOTP 24 and Franchise Hockey Manager combined for $27. Pitch to Perez. Tomas hits a ground ball over the mound. Ordonez charges in, takes it to the bag himself, and second for 1 over to Zeal, and that's a double play. So a 6-3 DP. So it brings up Jimmy Rollins. Chen opening 18, 79 pitches, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Mike's off the next 2 days, by the way. Back to work with the rest of the country on Wednesday. Mike did the Steam deal today. I have mostly everything for the Action PC stuff, so. Football game's out, if you're interested in that. Oh, goody. We're getting a high pollen warning for tomorrow. That's exciting. Jimmy Rollins 1 for 2. Run scored. It was a double, one of the 3 hits for the Phils on the afternoon. Pitch to Rollins. Ground ball, slow grounded to Ordonez. Ray a snap throw over to Zeal, and that will retire the side. So after 5, pitching change coming for Philly. It is the Mets 9, the Phils 1. What we got here? Lefty, lefty. Well, Cormier will come in to pitch. Yeah, you fought. Well, I saw some of that. Fought with the golf today. Mr. McElroy and you were not on each other's Christmas card lists. Cormier, 54th appearance, 6-3 on the replay of the 3.81 ERA. 34 years old, fastball at 84, and a fly ball pitcher. Last pitched against the Expos on the 31st. 6-4 win did not figure in the decision. 21 pitches over 1 inning, 2 hits and a walk. So Cormier, 52 innings, 46 hits, 23 runs, 22 earned, 5 home runs, 23 walks, and 34 strikeouts. If you're watching on YouTube tomorrow, just fast forward. 10. Bruce has grounded into a double play and singled. He's 1 for 2. Cormier starts the 6th, fouls that one off, the mask of Estrada. Like the Phillies don't have enough trouble in this one. It's still raining, 80 degrees, and the wind blowing out to dead center at 14. Chopper to second. Anderson, great play. Diving stop in the hole. Over to first. 1 out for Lawton. Matt is 0 for 2, but he has scored twice. He was hit by a pitch by Randy Wolf to start the game. And that was the high water mark for the Phils. That's in the center. Glanville makes the catch, 2 out. Here's Alfonso. Elgardo has walked, singled, and doubled. He's 2 for 2. Struck him out. So a clean inning for the Phils finally. No runs, no hits, no errors. Going to the bottom of the 6th in game 1 of our Labor Day doubleheader. It's the Mets 9, the Phillies 1. So Glanville, Rowland, and Burrell to face Chen. Glanville is 0 for 2. I mean, we kind of laugh at the fact that this has turned into a blowout in front of those of you watching on Twitch. Imagine being the Super Bowl announcer in the 80s. And, you know, it's the biggest, most watched broadcast of the year. And you get your chance to shine. And by midway through the second quarter, the game is no longer in doubt, and you have to fill for the next 2 hours. Glanville into right center. Peyton makes the catch. 1 out for Rowland. Scott is walked and driven in his 112th run. This time around, that's past Alfonso into center field. So only the 4th hit for the Phillies. Here's Burrell. Pat is 0 for 1 with a walk. Piazza and Chen have a word. Bruce nods his head. Burrell into left center field. Back goes Shinjo. And that will not be caught. That found the wall. The wind kind of helped that along. Rowland rounds third and scores. Burrell is going to go for 3, and he's got his first triple of the year. So it's now 9-2 New York. Burrell, never known to be fleet of foot, gets a triple. So here's Marlon Anderson, 0 for 2 in the strikeout. Yet the Raiders' win over Washington was over before halftime. Jack Squirek picking off Joe Theismann at the end of the first half. Yep, Washington won the game against Denver in the second quarter. And San Francisco beat Denver at the kickoff. 2 of those, the Raiders and San Francisco wins, those were Pat and John Super Bowls. It was Al Frankendan for the Washington beatdown over Denver, but yet Summerall and Madden for 2 of those. Enberg and Olson had the Bears win. Pitch to Anderson. Ground ball to Alfonso. Burrell will score to make it look good, 9-3. Anderson's retired. And that'll do it for Chen. Rick White coming in. Pat and John had the giant Denver Super Bowl, too. It took him a long time to get a good one. Rick White, looking like he just won a Nick Offerman contest or a Ron Swanson lookalike contest. 32 years old, fastball at 86 and a ground ball pitcher. 57th appearance. He's 4-2 on the replay with an earned run average of 3. Pitched 2 days ago against the Marlins in a 4-3 win. Went a clean inning on 8 pitches. 63 overall for Rick. 69 hits, 22 runs, 21 earned, 5 homers, 12 walks, and 39 strikeouts. Brian 1 for 2. A strikeout, a single, and a stolen base. Now, Mike from the truck did sports. A little easier when you were doing the studio shows. Did you ever in the truck for a live game outside of the ones that Al and Chris did? That's Red Sox fan and Slovak, not Michaels and Collinsworth. Pitch to Hunter. Brian hits a base hit into center field. Peyton will pick it up. And no, I'm not stretching that into 2. Phillies have 2 here in the 6th, however. Kevin Jordan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch to Kevin. Struck him out, and that'll do it. However, the Phils get 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th here at the Vet. 9-3 Mets. So we'll let Cormier get his 20 pitches in. Piazza, Shinjo, and Zeal. Mike is 2 for 2, including a 3-run homer in the right center above the old football seats. That was 27 on the replay. Struck him out. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. So 1 away for Shinjo, who was 2 for 2 with a walk. He has singled twice, driven in 2, and scored. Pitch from Cormier, and Shinjo gets hit. The only time I was actually in a truck, Mike says, was in one that was a backup control room. So when we were short on them. So while he did work from a truck, I was not remote. It was actually wired to the network. We were right outside the building. Zeal, 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 RBI. Mike's the only person that's ever talked to given me direction while I called a game. And I got to say, although he's very good at what he does, I marvel at play-by-play announcers and color guys who can work with someone telling you what to do in your ear while you're talking. Pitch to Zeal. Ball 4. So 1st and 2nd. Is that it for Cormier? That'll do it for Cormier. Jay Payton coming in the plate. We'll go with Telemaco, who can go 80 pitches. Do I want a double switch for anybody? No, we'll see. Amari Telemaco is 5-4 with a save and a 3.98 ERA. Technically, he's done for the year. He made his 14th start, 25th appearance, 27 years old, slider at 88, and a fly ball plus pitcher. He pitched 2 innings yesterday and a 14-6 loss to Montreal, so the Phils have not had a good weekend. 2 innings, 56 pitches, goodness gracious. 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 2. 106 in the 3rd innings, 94 hits, 55 runs, 47 earned, 13 homers. He's walked 36 and struck out 73. I don't think Dave has worked with someone in his ear for the hockey. If you and Dave take digital to dice at a much higher level to be a director, that'd be fun. There is a long clip. Peyton, by the way, 1 for 3, a double and an RBI. Struck him out. Telmaco got him on a 2-2 fastball. Oh, you did it at an ESPN 3 gig. There's a great clip from a Red Sox Brewers game in 1982 at Fenway. Here's McEwing. He's 0 for 3. Of the late, great Harry Coyle, who pretty much invented baseball on television, being the director for a Joe Garagiola Tony Kubek game in which the power goes out at Fenway and they end up being stuck in the 9th inning with only one camera, and that being the one in the press box. And you can just hear Harry giving the directions of what to... It's just such a masterful production. But it's controlled chaos. Pitch to McEwing. Struck him out. Telmaco does his job. No runs, no hits, no errors. Stretch time, game 1, 9-3 Mets. Bottom of the 7th here in Philadelphia. The Phillies trail 9-3. Here's Estrada. Johnny 1 for 2. The single. If Estrada does not reach, Telmaco has earned another inning. He will not reach. Ground ball to Ordonez behind the bag at second, and they retire him. So Telmaco, because it's a blowout, has earned an at-bat. Hitting .074, 2 for 27. Has scored twice. Ground ball to third. McEwing over to Zeal for the out. 2 out for Rollins. Jimmy is 1 for 3. A double and a run scored. There's a base hit into left center field. Peyton will pick it up. And that is the 7th hit for the Phils. The Mets have only had 8. But they've scored 9 times. The Phillies have 3. Both teams have stranded 4. The Phils have an error. Glanville is 0 for 3. Rollins on first. Fly ball center field. Peyton moves over into right center a bit. Will make the catch. Makes a diving catch, as a matter of fact. Gets a bit of run burning after 7. No runs, a hit, no errors. It's the Mets 9, the Phillies 3. So Ordonez... Pitcher's spot and Lawton to face Telmaco. Amori struck out both of his outs in the 7th. Ordonez is 0 for 2 with a walk. Has a 7-game hitting streak. Has an 8-game hitting streak. That's in the left field for a base hit. Burrell botches it. Ordonez going for 2, and it'll be a single and an error. Second error for the Phils. Here's Rick White. He's not staying in the ball game, is he? No, Robin Ventura. Little pinch hit. Robin at 400 with 2 RBI, 205 overall, 15 homers and 55 RBI. Telmaco deals. Ventura into right field. Hunter goes back and will make the catch. Ordonez goes back to tag. Goes to throw to third from Hunter is decent. In fact, it's close. And they got him. So Brian Hunter with a dead strike to Roland. And they double off Ordonez. So 2 out, nobody on for Lawton, who is 0 for 3. He has scored twice. Lawton struck him out. What a performance by Telemaco. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at the vet. Jared Riggin coming in, 9-3 Mets. Riggin, 30th appearance as the computer says, 3-1, 2 saves, and a 3.41 ERA. 27 years old, fastball at 94, and a ground ball pitcher. Got the win 2 days ago against the Marlins in a 4-3 effort, 2/3 of an inning, 8 pitches, and a strikeout. Overall for Jared, 29 innings, 28 hits. He's not a jewelry store, and you can't shop there. 11 runs, all earned, a homer, 14 walks, and 24 strikeouts. So here's rolling. Scott has a walk, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Line drive, foul, third base side. Somebody from Bucks County made that catch. 2-2 the count. Fly ball, left field. Shinjo makes the catch. 1 out. Remember, White Sox and Indians from Comiskey next. And then I'm on my streaming vacation. Pat Burrell, 1 for 2. A triple. His 80th RBI, a run scored, and a walk. Riggin deals. Struck him out. So a full count fastball on the outside corner. 2 out for Marlon Anderson, who is 0 for 3. He has driven in a run and struck out. Ground ball up the middle. Ordonez behind the bag over to Zeal, and that will take care of the Phillies. We go to the 9th here in the first of our doubleheader, 9-3 Mets. So Alfonso, Piazza, and Shinjo to face Telemaco. Omori, an inning and 2/3 and 3 strikeouts, so pretty effective baseball so far. Alfonso, 2 for 3, a single, a double, 3 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Ground ball to third. Rowan straddles the line, throws to first. 1 out. Telemaco to face Piazza. Mike broke this one open in the 4th. A 3-run homer to right center over the old football seats. Laces this one in the left field for a base hit. It's only the 10th hit for the Mets. 9-10-0 for New York. They've left on 4. 3-7-2 for the Phils. They've left on 5. Here's Shinjo. He is 2 for 2. He has singled twice. Driven in 2. Now is 32 RBI. 38 runs and 19 walks. Telemaco deals. Fly ball right center field. Glanville moving over will make the catch. And Piazza goes back to the bag. Another great diving catch by Glanville. More rug burn. Here's Zeal. Todd is 0 for 1. He has walked twice and driven in 2. 2 out here in the 9th. Mets up 9-3. Zeal into right field. Hunter. And that'll do it for the Mets. They get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no errors. They leave on 5. Bottom of the 9th here at the vet. Howling, warm, rainy night or day here in Philly. 9-3 New York. So the Phils need 6 to tie and 7 to win. Here's Hunter. Brian is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, stolen a base, and struck out. Ground ball right side, base hit. So here's Kevin Jordan. He has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. Piazza and Reagan. Piazza, I just want to get dry, dude, okay? Reagan deals. Slow ground ball. Zeal. Only play is going to be at first. Hands it to Reagan, and Jordan is retired. So Hunter will go to second. 1 out for Estrada. Johnny on the spot. 1 for 3 with a single. Fly ball, right field. Lawton 2 out. Last Chance Saloon. Hunter tags. And will hold. Audio? Is there audio? There should be audio. Says I'm making sound. Telmaco will be pinch hit for. It'll be Bobby Abreu. Abreu hasn't pinch hit. The priority set to high, by the way, Dave. Abreu at 247, 25 homers, and 81 RBI. Ball 4. So first and second, Last Chance Saloon for the Phils. Here's Rollins. Jimmy 2 for 4. And singled, doubled, scored. Reagan deals. Fly ball, right field. Lawton, the crowd likes it. Lawton turns and watches it go. And now it's 9-6. You're going to skip through this on YouTube and going, when did this game get close? So the Mets have got to bring in their closer. Armando Benitez coming in, a pitching change from the vet here in Philly. So Benitez is 4-5. 66th appearance, an earned run average of 467. 28 years old, splitter at 95, standard pitcher. He's not done a good job in converting saves. 32 of 45. He's blown 13. Although there's nobody on, he needs 1 out and has a 3-run lead. He got the save yesterday in a 6-4 win over Florida. 1 inning, 8 hits, or 8 pitches, a hit. So overall, 61 2/3, 53 hits, 36 runs, 32 earned, 11 homers. He's walked 48 while striking out 72. So it'll be Glanville, who is 0 for 4. Struck him out, and the Mets will win it. They win by the score on 9-6 in 3 hours and 35 fake minutes. Piazza and his 3-run homer is going to be your digital dice MVP. Bruce Chen 3-0. White gets the hold, no save. Randy Wolf, gets the digital dice goat of the game. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 9 runs, all earned, a homer. He walked 4 and threw 92 pitches to face 21 batters, and his ERA went up half a run. All right, let's get you set for game 2 in a moment.
Play ball.
Around 10 days ago in season, the Chicago White Sox had a 9.5 game lead over the Cleveland Indians in the American League Central. And then something kind of funny happened on the way to the 4. Cleveland went into Seattle and played well, and then came to Chicago and played well. And what was a 9.5 game lead, like I said, about 10 days ago, has been cut to a 5.5 game lead with a full month to go for the Indians. This is game 137. They have 25 left. For the White Sox, this is game 136. They have 26 to go. And so A big one here on a beautiful night on the south side, 72 degrees. Wind's blowing out to left at 3, and Gary Glover gets the call for Chicago. 24 years old, fastball at 89, fly ball pitcher. We've seen him in relief a couple times. He's making his 6th start of the replay. Went 1 inning 4 days ago in Cleveland in a 7-6 loss. Gave up an unearned run in 1 inning, 22 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. So overall, 87 and a third, 79 hits, 46 runs, 44 earned, 15 homers. He's walked 25 while striking out 52. And the lineup he'll face as Cleveland is getting some momentum. Kenny Lofton in center will lead off. Omar Vizquel at short will bat second. Roberto Alomar at third will play second. Juan Gonzalez cleans up in right. Jim Thome at first will bat fifth. Ellis Burks, the DH, goes sixth. Garcia in left will bat seventh. I think it's Adonis. Travis Fryman at third, batting eighth. And Einar Diaz will bat ninth behind the plate. CC Sabathia on the hill for Cleveland. He should throw about 110 pitches. Defensively for the White Sox, Carlos Lia 6 and a 6 in left. Aaron Rowan to 4 and a 3 in center. Maggie Ordonez a 4 and a 9 in right. Herbert Parry is a 4 at third. Royce Clayton at 8 at short. Ray Durham is 7 at second. Paul Konerko at 8 at first. Mr. Paul is a 2 and a 1 behind the plate, and Glover is at 8 on the mound with a .960 fielding percentage. Lofton stepping in at 233, 13 homers, and 44 RBI. This is our last scheduled doubleheader of the year, but I'm sure we'll have a couple down the stretch as we settle some of these divisional races. Pitch to Lofton is a ground ball to third. Parry starts the ball game with a long throw to first, 1 out. So that brings up Vizquel, Omar at 272, 4 homers and 49 RBI. Glover deals. Ground ball to Durham. Great play over to first for the out. So 2 quick out for Robbie Alomar at 334, 17 homers and 90 RBI. Glover should only throw about 90 pitches. You would think the White Sox, especially going against Sabathia, would want someone that could go 7 innings. But we've had CC on a few times this replay, and his pitch count soars. So if the White Sox are patient, they could have him out by the 5th. He might have 10 strikeouts, but he's not going 7. Or you wouldn't think he would go 7. Pitch to Alomar, said Jinx myself. Over the mound, Clayton in on the grass throws to first, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books. Cleveland, nothing. Here come the White Sox. So Sabathia has 6 starts left, including this one. The lefty has made 27, 8 and 7, a 3.44 ERA. He's just a baby. He's just 20 years old. He throws a hard fastball at 97 and a fly ball pitcher. His last outing came against the Red Sox in a 10-0 win where he could only throw 5 innings. We had that for you. 99 pitches, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He has pitched into the 8th once. That was against the Pirates on June 17th. Overall, 149 innings for CC, 130 hits, 60 runs, 57 earned, 10 homers, 73 walks, and 135 strikeouts. Coming into the weekend series, the White Sox had not beaten or not lost to Cleveland here at home. It's been at least 2 over the weekend in this wraparound series. Ray Durham leads off for the White Sox at second base. Carlos Lee in left will bat second. Ordonez in right will go third. Konerko cleans up at first. Canseco, the DH, will bat fifth. Herbert Perry at third, batting sixth. Rowand in center goes seventh. Clayton at short, batting eighth. Paul behind the plate. It's Mr. Paul, so don't eat that fish. And Glover threw 12 pitches in his half of the first. He can throw about 90. Kareem Garcia, a 2 and a 6 in left. Kenny Loft in a 5 and a 3 in center. Juan Gonzalez a 5 and a 7 in right. Fryman a 3 at third. Vizquel and Alomar both 10s at short and second. Jim Thome a 4 at first. Einar Diaz an 8 and a 5 behind the plate. And CC's an 8 on the mound with a .960 fielding percentage. Durham at 295, 16 triples, 36 doubles, and 19 RBI. And you got to think, if the White Sox win the division, that Durham is an MVP candidate. Pitched to Sabathia, from Sabathia, struck him out. A 1-2 curve got him at 89 and got him swinging. So here's Lee, Carlos at 270, 24 homers, and 90 RBI. Sabathia deals. Struck him out. Swung on and missed. So a good morning and a good afternoon from CC. Here is Maglio Ordonez at 324, 29 homers, and 112 RBI. Sabathia gets to side, gets away from Diaz, down to Thome. Good night. He takes care of the side on 14 pitches. And after at 1 inning here at Comiskey, it's the Indians nothing, the White Sox nothing. So Juan Gonzalez, Jim Thome, and Ellis Burks. Gonzalez at 349, 29 homers, and 116 RBI. Gets away from Paul on strike 3. The throw down to Konerko. 1 out. Full count fastball that was chased. Gonzalez doing his Vladimir Guerrero impression. Here's Jim Thome. Jim at 309, 29 homers and 92 RBI. Ground ball to first. Konerko himself. And Thome is safe. Konerko and Thome would not win a sprint race. And in a foot race between the two, Thome beat it out. That would be like me beating out an infield hit. And that's the first base runner of the game. Here's Ellis Burks, 264, 14 homers, and 70 RBI. Fly ball left field. Lee going back there and makes the catch in the corner. So Thome goes back to first. 2 out here in the second for Kareem Garcia. Kareem is 0 for 2. Has a good hook shot. And doesn't want to hear about what your dad thinks when he's flying a plane. Oh, that was Abdul-Jabbar. I'm sorry. Garcia has also walked and struck out. In short duty in real life, 311, 5 homers, and 9 RBI. A great late-season acquisition for Cleveland. 2 out, and Glover hit him. So first and second, fastball way in there on the first pitch. And that'll bring up Fryman. Travis at 220, 3 homers, and 24 RBI. In the center field, Rowand moving over. That's a rainmaker, but he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. The Tribe strand 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Bottom 2, no score. So Konerko, who again lost a foot race on a ground ball to first, to Jim Thome. Anyway. Yep, we have Clarence. Clarence, Roger, what's our Victor? There we go. Konerko at 288, 27 homers, and 105 RBI. Konerko slaps this one past Fryman into left field. So the White Sox have a hit, and now I'll bring up Canseco. Jose at 276, 10 homers, and 26 RBI. That is the saddest picture of Jose Canseco I've ever seen. Jose draws the walk. So after striking out the side in the first, 2 on here in the second, Herbert Perry at 236, 7 homers and 31 RBI. First and second, nobody out. Struck him out. That's 4. He swung on and missed the changeup. And the White Sox have not made it out, putting the ball in play. Here's Rowan. Aaron at 274, 4 homers and 16 RBI. Strike 3, that's 5 for CC. A 2-2 changeup got him looking outside. So 2 out for Clayton. Royce at 264, 10 homers and 53 RBI. That's a base hit into left center field. Lofton will pick it up. Konerko will round third. He's going to run on Lofton's mediocre arm, and Kenny just throws it in to cut off Canseco at second. So the White Sox draw first blood. A 2-out single makes it 1-0 Chicago. So here's Josh Paul. Josh at 297, 3 homers and 13 RBI. Sabathia deals, and Paul strikes out. So Sabathia has fanned 6. All 6 outs coming by way of the K, but the White Sox get a run on 2 hits. We go to the third, 1-0 Chicago. So Diaz, Lofton, and Vizquel to face Glover here in the third. Einar at 272, 3 homers and 49 RBI. Glover deals. There's a ground ball left side past Perry for a base hit. Now bring up Lofton, who's 0 for 1. Opening 9 for Glover. 36 pitches, 2+ innings, 2 hits and a strikeout. Ground ball right side, a base hit. So the Indians have first and second. Diaz will hold. Nobody out for Vizquel, who was 0 for 1. Chopper to first. Konerko has to run in for it. Flicks it to Durham. Vizquel is retired, 1 out. But Diaz and Lofton move up 90. So Einar on third, Kenny on second, and Robbie is 0 for 1. Glover deals. Fly ball right field. This should tie the ball game up. Ordonez a long run in the corner to make the catch. Diaz back to tag and is gonna hold. Ordonez has a fantastic arm, and Diaz thought better of it and will hold. So 2 out for Gonzalez, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Fly ball left field. Lee going back and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here in Chicago. It's the White Sox 1, the Indians nothing. So top of the lineup now, Sabathia is, again, here's the problem with CC. 46 pitches through 2 innings. He's allowed 2 hits and a walk, but he has struck out 6. Ray Durham was one of the 6. Finally, the White Sox will make an out play. Ground ball to short, Vizquel to first, 1 out. Here's Carlos Lee. He was one of the 3 struck out in the first. In fact, Sabathia got the first 6 outs via the K. Ground ball to third. Fryman across the way. 2 out. Brings up Ordonez, who struck out. Maggie has a 9-game hitting streak. Sabathia deals. Into right field center. Lofton will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So a quick inning for Sabathia on 9 pitches. We go to the fourth. It's 1-0 Chicago. So Tomey, Burks, and Garcia to face Glover. Gary struck out 1. Tomey single his first time up, 1 for 1. Ground ball to first. Durham over to Konerko for the out. So here's Burks. Ellis is 0 for 1. Liner, left field, in the corner. Extra bases, 2 at least. Lee will grab it. Burks is going to hold with a... Actually, the throw's going to be close, and Burks is in there with his 28th double. In younger years, that might have been a triple for Ellis. Lee played that well, and that was a solid strike in the second, but Burks beat the tag. Here's Garcia. Kareem was hit by a pitch his first time up. Fly ball, right field. Ordonez will make the catch. Burks will tag, but not run on Maggie's good arm. So 2 out for Fryman, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Clayton. Royce in between hops, throws it to Konerko, and Fryman is out on a bang-banger. We showed you the standings in Game 1. They really haven't changed going into Game 2. It's the White Sox 1, the Indians nothing. So Konerko, Canseco, and Parry to face Sabathia here in the 4th. Paul singled and scored his first time up, the lone run for the White Sox. Popped up, left side, Vizquel, 1 out. Here's Canseco, he walked his first time up. Ground ball past Fryman into left field. So Canseco has a single. Herbert Parry struck out his first time up. Sabathia on a beautiful night here in Chicago, 71. Winds very light at 3, blowing right to left. And you can see the sky. Perry draws the walk, and it's first and second for the Chi Sox. 1 out for Rowan. Aaron has struck out. He's 0 for 1. Got him. That's 7 for Sabathia. A curveball fouled right in the glove of Diaz. 2 out for Clayton. Royce has singled and driven in a run. Sabathia, deep breath. Ground ball left side. Garcia charging in on the single. Canseco going to round third and score. The throw goes into Fryman, and it's 2-0 Chicago. You know, it's my 6th game of the week, and I haven't won one yet. Here's Josh Paul. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And he draws the walk. So Sabathia is showing why he isn't quite there yet. He throws it hard, but in the 4th, with 2 outs in the 4th, his pitch count's 91. Here's Ray Durham. So through 18 batters, Sabathia 91 pitches, 3 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Durham is 0 for 2 with a K. Diaz says, "Would you throw a strike, Cece?" Sabathia walks home a run. Durham will go to first, and Parry will score, and it's 3-0 Chicago. And that'll bring up Carlos Lee, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Cleveland wants this game something fierce. If they win, the lead is 4.5. If the White Sox win, it's 6.5. Pitch to Lee. Popped up. Left side. Fryman. Whoa, that is sky high. Fryman by the tarp will make the catch, and that'll do it. But the White Sox get 2 on 2 hits and no errors. They've left on 5 through 4, but they lead it 3-0. So Diaz, Lofton, and Vizquel to face Glover here in the 5th. Diaz singled to start the ballgame, or his first at-bat. And he'll single again. He'll punch that one in front of Rowand in center. Fifth hit for Cleveland. Here's Lofton. Kenny 1 for 2. Glover, 18 batters, 65 pitches, 4 innings, 5 hits, and a strikeout. Ground ball right side. Ordonez will grab. No, it gets past Maggie. It gets past Ordonez. Diaz stopped. He thought it was going to be cut off. He turns it back on and scores. Lofton is going to dig for 3. The throw from Durham to Perry. Not in time. That's Lofton's 4th triple, and it's a 3-1 ball game. And that'll bring up Vizquel 0 for 1. So Cleveland, we told you, they really want this. A win chops it to 4.5. Pitch to Vizquel. Base hit right center field. Lofton will score, and it's 3-2 Chicago. That'll bring up Alomar. Robbie is 0 for 2. Paul and Glover have a word. Gary trying to gather himself. Pitch to Alomar. Struck him out. So whatever Paul said, Glover responded with a fastball that Alomar tipped in the glove. 1 out. For Gonzalez, Juan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There goes Vizquel to throw down to Durham, and Omar has his 14th. So 1 strikeout, tying run on second. 3-2, top of the 5th. Cleveland and Chicago playing October baseball in early September. Line drive to Durham, and Ray will make the catch. Vizquel gets back there, 2 out. For Thome, who is 1 for 2 with a single. Struck him out. Glover gets out of it. And that'll do it for Sabathia. After the break, Jake Westbrook. Cleveland gets 2 on 3 hits and no errors. But Sabathia could only go 4. Well, Jake Westbrook is coming in to pitch. We'll tell you about him before we tell you what you missed in the ballgame. He is 2-3, 2 saves, a 5.09 ERA, making his 19th appearance. He won't start anymore for Cleveland this year. 23 years old, fastball at 91, and a ground ball pitcher. He last pitched last night, or yesterday, in Chicago's 5-0 win. 3 innings, 48 pitches, 3 hits, a solo home run, and 4 strikeouts. So Westbrook, 53 innings, 68 hits, 33 runs, 30 earned, 4 homers. He walked 14, struck out 40. He can go 80 pitches. His job, keep it close. White Sox got 1 in the second, a Royce Clayton single to score Paul Konerko, and then 2 in the 4th, a Royce Clayton single to score Jose Canseco, and then a bases loaded walk to Ray Durham, scored Herb Perry. And in the 5th, just a moment ago, Cleveland cut that to 3-2. A Lofton triple scored Einar Diaz, and then Vizquel singled home Lofton. So CC Sabathia can't win it. He can lose it. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 7. Glover, maybe at the end of the rope. He can get the win. He has gone as 5, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and 3 strikeouts. So here's Ordonez. Maggie is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Westbrook starts his night with a fly ball down the line and left. Garcia into foul territory. The C's part, but it hits off a seat and from someone from Joliet. So it's a full count to Ordonez. Westbrook winds and deals. Ground ball right side, base hit. You guys are a quiet bunch tonight. And Ordonez is hurt. He grabbed his hammy and he's rubbing it on first base. They ask if he wants to come out. He shakes his head. He now has a 10-game hitting streak. We'll see how that hampers his running here. Konerko, who has the speed of a Yugo going downhill, is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Westbrook throws to first. Ordonez is planted there like a tree. Now he works to Konerko, and Paul strikes out an 0-2 curveball. Got him looking. And here's Canseco. Jose singled, walked, and scored. Ground ball to Vizquel. Omar, Alomar for 1, and over to Tomey, and the Indians turn a 6-4-3 double play. So Westbrook looks good in his first inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left. We go to the 6th. It's 3-2 Chicago. Ellis Burks 1 for 2. He's got himself a double. Here's a line drive into left field. That's going to drop in front of Lee. Now bring up Kareem Garcia. Was hit by a pitch and is 0 for 1. So Glover right at the end of his night strikes out Garcia. And that'll bring up Travis Fryman. Yeah, the whole point of doing these lives is to have a conversation. Wow. So Mike from the truck has been listening to the entire hour and 26. Pro Strategy Football, as he's getting the 2024 version of that ready, he found out that the entire offensive line for the 1951 Los Angeles Rams, who won the championship, were rookies. That is absolutely bizarre. And I'm sure that was Norm Van Brocklin, right? They were done with their 2-quarter, or was that Waterfield or Van Brocklin? Were they still doing the switcheroo? So they're all being listed as rookies when we play the game this season. Throw to first. Burks is back. Travis Fryman is 0 for 2. There goes Burks. Hit and run was on. Fly ball to right. Ordonez will make the catch, and Burks goes back to first. Excuse me. Knowing how temperamental, well, we're going to get a pitching change first. So Glover 5 2/3, and that's it. Can't go with low. Matt Ginter will come in. With 2 out here in the 6th. Ginter 3-0, a 3.09 ERA. 23 years old. Slider at 88 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitched on the 21st, so he's had some rest. 7-5 win over Kansas City. 2 innings, 33 pitches, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So 32 innings for Matt, 18 hits, 11 runs, all earned. 1 homer, he walked 16 and struck out 21. Runner on first is Burks as Ginter starts his 22nd appearance. Throw to first, and Burks is back. 2 out here in the 6th. Diaz 2 for 2, 2 singles. Going to get a third as he chops that one past Durham. Rowan will pick it up. Burks is going to go for 3, and Rowan just throws it in. Van Brocklin and Waterfield both played, I'm being told. Norm had 20 more pass attempts. Van Brocklin notoriously had a fuse, very short fuse for a temper. And I can imagine He would have not been real thrilled being protected by people with a combined experience of 0. Here's Lofton. Kenny 2 for 3. Has singled, tripled, driven in a run. By the way, the tying run is Brooks on third and scored. Ginter deals. Lofton strikes out. They leave on 2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. A huge out by Ginter. He pumps his fist as he goes back to the dugout. 3-2 White Sox. So Perry, Rowan, and Clayton, even the backup offensive linemen were rookies in 51. My goodness. Wow. Now, Bob Waterfield was married to, was it Van Brocklin or Waterfield that was married to Jane Russell? Pitch to Perry. Here's a liner in the left center field. That's going to drop in front of Lofton. Perry has a single. That is only the 6th hit for the White Sox. And here's Rowan, who struck out twice. They play for the bunt. I can see why. We're swinging. So far, remember, Sabathia was done through after 4. Pitch to Rowan. Gets away from Diaz, and you don't need to bunt now as Perry moves up 90 on the wild pitch. So the infield playing back now. 2-2 count to Rowan. Westbrook fires. Line drive, third base side, and somebody from the blue line makes that catch. 2-2 the count. Well, the game only has 1 OL. Okay. Hits to Rowan. Ball 4. So first and second. Now they play for the bunt. Clayton has singled twice and has driven in 2 of the 3 Chicago runs. Nope, that makes sense. That's wild. Pitch to Clayton. There's a slow ground ball to Fryman. They'll go to Alomar for 1, and that's it. So it's runners on the corners, 1 out for Paul. Josh is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Jane Russell was married to Bob Waterfield. Imagine being an NFL quarterback. Jane Russell, you obviously would never hear this on a Fortnite stream, was a bombshell back in the late 40s, early 50s. She is most remembered by those of us who are in our 50s from watching our mom's soaps, because Jane Russell, by the late 70s, was the spokesmodel for the Cross Your Heart Playtex bra. Pitch to Paul. Fly ball left field. Back goes Garcia. That is way back there, and that is off the wall. Perry's going to score. Clayton will round third. He's not going to stop. The throw goes into Fryman, and Paul has himself a huge 2-run double. And it's 5-2 Chicago. And man, doesn't Ginter strike out a Lofton loom large now. So here's Ray Durham. Ray is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, and driven in a run. Westbrook deals. Durham in the left center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Paul has good speed, especially for a catcher. But he's going to hold. Runners on first and third. Yeah, I remember those ads. Jane was an accomplished B+, A- movie actress. Here's Carlos Lee. He is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. But probably now best remembered for being the old lady in the bra ads. Pitch to Lee. I'll throw to first. Durham, with good speed, is going to hold. Ray does have 22 steals on the year. 1 out. The White Sox have in 2 here in the 6th. Pitch to Lee. There's a slow ground ball to Fryman. Paul's going to hold. Paul's going to score. He gets 1 at second. They get the speedy Durham. Lee will reach at 6-2. And Mike Basic, B-A-C, SIK. Coming in to pitch for Cleveland. Could be back sick. Anyway, he's making his third appearance. He has no record. An earned run average of .318. 23 years old. Fastball at 89 and a ground ball plus pitcher. His last outing was August 6th. Against Seattle. And a 13-9 win. On that night, Mike went 4 1/3. Gave some directions from the truck. Spent some time at the MGM National. Threw 63 pitches. Allowed a hit, a run. It was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. 5 2/3 for Mike. 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. A walk and 2 strikeouts. So Carlos Lee on first, 2 out here in the 6th. The White Sox have 3 in on the inning. Ordonez, remember, tweaked his hammy to start the inning. He's 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Ground ball to Vizquel, over to Alomar, and that's it. So Lee is retired. Ordonez half speed down to first. Didn't matter. 3 runs on 3 hits, however, for Chicago. Matt Ginter will go the 7th. It's 6-2, White Sox. So Vizquel 1 for 2 as we start the 7th. An RBI and a stolen base. So 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Chicago. They've left on 6. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Cleveland. And they have left on 8. Remember, we said in the beginning that coming into the series, the White Sox had swept Cleveland in Chicago. Well, that's now changed. It's now 3-3. I'm sorry, it's now 6-2. So Cleveland has taken 2 of the 4, or of the 3 so far. Chicago leads the season series 9-5. And remember, right now the lead is 5.5. If Chicago wins, it's 6.5. Vizquel, as we said, 1 for 2. RBI single and a stolen base. He hits this one up the box. Ginter over to first. 1 out. Brings up Robbie Alomar. Robbie's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Ginter deals. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Ordonez, away back there, and gone. So now it's 6-4 as Alomar hits a solo homer. His 18th of the year. I'm sorry, makes it 6-3. Alomar just hung that one out to dry. And all Ordonez could do was turn and watch it go. Tenth hit for Cleveland. Here's Juan Gonzalez, 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Ground ball to Konerko, who has it for the out. 2 out for Tomey. Jim is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Ginter winds and fires. Long drive, right field. Oh, baby, was that ball crushed. Ordonez just stood there and watched it. Hands on his side, and now it's 6-4 as Tomey crushes his 30th of the year. That one got out in a hurry, Dave. Yep. Tomey can turn on it so fast. In one of the OTP videos I got to do tomorrow, Jim Tomey is the all-time leader in Major League history in home runs. Here's Ellis Burks. Ellis is 2 for 3 with the double. Tomey, because of the era he played in, never really got the credit. And of course, he struck out a lot too, but when he made contact, it was loud. So the White Sox have had their lead cut to 6-4. Here's Burks, 2 for 3, a single and a double. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Lee. But Carlos will make the catch. Stretch time, 6-4 White Sox. Got ourselves a ball game here at Comiskey. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Chi Sox. They've left on 6. Cleveland, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and they've left on 8. Konerko, 1 for 3. A single, a strikeout, and a run scored. Mike Basic? Yeah, Tommy hit a very quiet 600-plus homers in his real career. Just a good guy to boot, too. Konerko, 1 for 3. In the right center. Lofton coming in. 1 out. John Goodell, how are you? Been a while. Here's Canseco. Jose, 1 for 2. A walk and a run scored. Jose chops 1 to third. Fryman, I believe, has it. Vizquel was in the area. Throws to first. And there's 2 out. For Herbert Parry, who was 1 for 2. He has scored twice. Walked. And struck out. Ground ball to Fryman. Second. No, and Travis is just going to eat it. Herbert Parry is not blessed with great speed. But home field advantage, that grass is a little bit longer, and it got hung up on it. So Perry draws an infield hit without a throw. And here's Rowan. Aaron is 0 for 2, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Back 6 pitch. Rowan, ground ball to Fryman. They might get 2 here. Alomar for 1, and Rowan won't even... Well, that's all they needed. Didn't matter because there was 2 outs, Ron. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 8th. It is 6-4, Chicago. So they'd like to get 1 or 2 more outs out of Ginter. Garcia is 0 for 2. Kareem has been hit by a pitch and struck out. And if Folk needs to get 4 out or 5 outs, he probably can do it. The White Sox looking for win 85. Cleveland looking for win 79. Pitch to Garcia. Ground ball to Durham. Ray throws it to first. 1 out. Today, by the way, a very big day in television history. Travis Fryman is 0 for 3. Today is the 50th anniversary of the first airing of Match Game. The 70 series debuted 50 years ago today on CBS. Travis Fryman is 0 for 3. Russell Brannon's going to pinch hit. Brannon at 214, 15 homers, and 52 RBI. Ginter winds and fires. Slow ground ball to Konerko, who is just going to eat it. So Russell Brannon beats out an infield hit. Konerko, by the time he picked it up, wasn't going to chase Brannon to the bag. Brian Billick was a contestant, I believe, on the syndicated version. Einar Diaz is 3 for 3. He's having himself a day. 3 singles and a run scored. Kirstie Alley was a contestant on Match Game. I don't think she was a celebrity in any of the more modern versions. The fact I know that is blank. Pitch to Diaz. Fly ball popped up. Durham by the bag makes the catch. 2 out, and of course today in 1776 the Continental Congress voted in favor of the resolution for independence, though the Declaration of Independence would be signed 2 days later. Gene Rayburn had the blank microphone ever made. Telescoping one. Looked like the antenna on your radio, didn't it? 2 out for Lofton. Kenny is 2 for 4. He has singled, tripled, driven in a run, scored, and struck out. They're going to let Ginter try to get him. It's just a little known fact that I watched a lot of episodes of Cheers too, Dave. Paul and Ginter have a word. Matt trying to get out of the inning. Fly ball, center field. I think he's going to... Uh-oh, that's trouble. Back goes Rowan, and that is caught. So he does get out of the inning. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Bottom of the 8th, the White Sox looking for a little bit of insurance. They lead 6-4. So 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 7 left on. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 9 left on for Cleveland. Dave, that's what you get for trying to do about 200 streams a year. You just find out stuff that no one would ever want to know. George Carlin noted you could say boobs on the air, marking a point in history, you suppose. Yep. But you couldn't say knocked up. Pitch to Clayton. And Clayton gets hit. So Royce, a full count fastball got him. And that'll bring up Josh Paul. It's his 2-run double in the 6th. That gave the White Sox a 6-2 lead. And those were big because Cleveland would get 2 homers in the top of the 7th. Fly ball, right center. Lofton moving over, makes the catch. Clayton goes back to the bag. So for the Cleveland in the 9th, Vizquel, Alomar, and Gonzalez. That's a pretty good tightrope for Keith Folk, who's warming up, to follow. Here's Ray Durham. Ray is 1 for 3 as the White Sox flip the lineup with an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Back 6 pitch. Ground ball to first. They might get 2 out of this. Tomey goes to Vizquel. They get Clayton, but Durham is going to reach as the throw back to first is late. So 2 out for Carlos Lee, who has struck out, driven in a run, and is 0 for 4. Struck him out again. That'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. They've left on 8. We go to the top of the 9th. The Indians need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. And it will... Oops, nope. Don't do that. It will be Keith Folk trying to make his 38th save of the year. He has slammed the door all but once. So 37 for 38. He is 2-1 with a 1.61 ERA. He's 28 years old. He is a changeup pitcher, a ground ball plus pitcher, and a fastball that tops out at 90. He last pitched on the 1st, so 2 days ago, Saturday, in a 2-1 loss to Cleveland that we had here on Retro Sports Network, where he gave up both the runs. Remember, that was the game that we had a shutout going in the 9th, and Folk blew it. So 23 pitches and 2/3 of an inning, 2 walks and a strikeout. Overall, still a tremendous year. 61 2/3, 35 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 5 homers, 17 walks, and 66 strikeouts. So that was the first save that Folk blew. Vizquel 1 for 3. Scored, driven in his 50th, and stolen his 14th base. Ground ball to Clayton, deep in the hole, over to Konerko, 1 out. I'll give you the rest of a short Labor Day schedule in a moment. Here's Robbie Alomar, 1 for 4. He hit a solo homer in the 7th. Lines this one to right, and the tying run is going to be at the plate. And Ordonez can't play it. Does he get it? And Alomar's going to get second on a single. It is a beautiful night here. Ordonez just went to pick it up and throw it and didn't realize he didn't have it in his hand. So what do? Do you pitch to Gonzalez to get to Tomey and set up the double play? I'm looking at the box here, and the box says pitch. So that's what we're going to do. Struck him out. An 0-2 changeup, and it's last chance saloon time. Ellis Burks on deck. They conferred. He'll walk Tomey to get to Burks. Tomey hit his 30th in the 7th. A solo monster shot in the bleachers in right field. And with 2 out, I'd rather pitch to Burks. So Folk with Alomar on second. Tomey the tying run. And now they want to make Ellis Burks beat you. So let's see if that logic pays off. Remember, I'm 0-5 this week. Pitch to Burks. Popped him up. Left side. Lee makes the catch. And the White Sox hang on to win this one 6-4. So 3 hours and 37 fake minutes. And the White Sox wait out CC Sabathia, get to the Cleveland pen, and win. You're welcome, Big Dave. So 6-9-1 for Chicago. They leave on 8. 4-13-0 for Cleveland. And they leave on 11. And so, because you'll remember this while we're gone the next 8 days, the rest of the day in baseball for you. This 3rd day of September, Houston beat Cincinnati 4-2. Octavio Dotel, a 10-game winner. Desson 7-9. Vinny Castilla 1 for 3, his 15th. Drives in 2. Braves beat Montreal 6-1. Tom Glavine 9-8. Tomooka 2-3. Jordan 2 for 4, his 15th of the year. I will have a good time away. Got to record stuff tomorrow morning. Toronto beats New York 4-3. Roy Halladay 7-4. Sterling Hitchcock anything but 0-4. Green 4 for 4, his 3rd of the year. Drives in 2. San Francisco shuts out Colorado 3-0. That's the game we didn't do. Kirk Reeder 8 innings, a 2-hit wall. He goes to 11-7. Jennings 1-2. Then his 35th save. Doubleheader. Pittsburgh takes both. 5-4 over Milwaukee in the opener. Beimel 2-6. D'Amico 1-3. Wilson 2 for 2 with the 7th. And the nightcap 7-6. Pittsburgh wins. Loisel 2-1. Kolb 1-2. Brian Giles hits his 29th. He goes 2 for 4. Chicago beats Florida 5-3. Farnsworth 7-6. Almanza 4-3. Mayhay gets his first save. It'll be 5-1. The Cardinals over the Padres in San Diego. Smith 5-3. Jones 4-12. Renneria 2 for 3 with a double. Seattle beats Tampa 5-1. Jimmy Moyer 14-7. Wilson falls to 10-7. Reeve 2 for 3 with a double. Eric Chavez hits his 30th. Tim Hudson beats the Orioles 5-2. Tim is an 18-game winner. Josh Towers 6-9. It's hard to believe that it's been a year since we took a vacation. I don't know how many streams we do a year. I got to be close to 1,100 overall. So as always, thank you so much for watching. You get a couple tape thingies while I'm gone this week. And so we'll be back with you next Tuesday, the 11th, for the games of September 5th. So there are 4 weeks left of the regular season. And so we'll crown some champions coming up soon. We will talk to you next week. You'll see me on tape over the course of the week. So have a good one, everybody. Have a safe 4th. We'll talk to you a week from Tuesday the 11th. So long, everybody.